I have a prepared statement, after which I will take questions. As you know, next Tuesday, the voters of this state will decide who will be their next senator. In a last-minute dirty trick, my opponent posted a video on YouTube which appears to show someone on a rampage within the enormous walled grounds of his mansion. The individual in the video is seen tearing up shrubs and flower beds, doing something very unattractive in the swimming pool, and eating the family's dogs, Skippy and Jimbo. Estimates are that the individual in question could be up to 40 feet long and weigh 5 or 6 tons. There have been claims, mostly by people who are not experts, that it is a Tyrannosaurus Rex. As you know, I myself am engaged to be married to a Tyrannosaurus Rex. Based only on this rather weak coincidence, certain irresponsible people have made reckless and unfounded charges that the individual in the video is, in fact, my fiancé. This is not true. At the time shown in the video, Rory was at home dismembering a moose for our supper. The video is of low quality. It could be any Tyrannosaurus, or maybe even an Allosaurus, or a very tall Velociraptor. It is even possible that the damage and the entire video was staged. I make no accusations. I merely point out that my opponent's campaign would not hesitate to do this. I'm sorry. No more lies. Yes, it was my fiancé. He's been distraught over my opponent's recent activities, especially his promise to criminalize interspecies cohabitation. But the smear campaign he rolled out this week, personally attacking me in the most vile and offensive terms, was the last straw. Rory snapped. But did you see those ads? I mean, what would you do if it was your family or your wife or your children being attacked? Would you really just sit back and say, "Tut, tut, that's not nice"? I don't think so. You would do anything to protect the ones you love. It's a natural instinct. Considering the provocation, Rory was remarkably restrained for a deadly predator. I'm not trying to make excuses. He knows what he did was wrong, and he would have made full restitution. But now, at a press conference this morning, my opponent called for Rory to be committed to a treatment facility to cure his carnivorous orientation. This is outrageous. Saurianism is not some disorder to be cured. Rory has been a dinosaur since birth. This is not a lifestyle choice. Now, if that weren't beastly enough, my opponent claimed I am morally unfit to hold office and demanded that I either immediately sever all ties with Rory or step down from the Senate. He resorted to puerile name-calling, referring to me live on air as a lizard licker. He called me morally unfit. I recognize it may be hard for some of you to accept that I, a normal human woman, can be in a loving, intimate relationship with a 42-foot, 5.5-ton carnivorous dinosaur. But trust me, we are just another normal American family. The same hopes and dreams and desires as any other, except for bigger food and repair bills. There is nothing keeping me from honorably fulfilling my duties to the citizens who elected me, who in fact elected me to end this kind of archaic bias. Rory and I have been together for 9 years. Dump him? What kind of monster wants to break up happy families? Is that really my choice? My life's work, or the love of my life? Oh God, Rory, you've been my rock. You've stood by me through everything and never wavered once. How can I do any less? How can I even think of giving in to that bigot's demands? But what if staying with you costs me the election? All my work, everything we fought for, crushed. Oh my God, the thought of that bonehead in my office, in my seat, demolishing all my work. He'll strong arm that abominable bill of his through the Senate and we'll all be pushed back to the Stone Age. I can't lose this election. Shouldn't I put that above my personal desires? Is it selfish of me to choose you when so many others are counting on me? What should I do? I'm doomed either way. Wait a minute. What am I saying? If I can take on a T-Rex, I could sure as hell take him on. Rory would never back down from a fight. And neither will I. Bite me. I will not give in, and I will not give up. There is too much at stake. The citizens of this state sent me to Washington to do a job, and we have made big strides. In the House of Representatives alone, a cave bear from Vermont and a hadrosaur from Massachusetts are already serving, and yet elsewhere, the rights of saurian citizens are heading towards extinction. Now are we to be made into criminals for simply being in loving relationships that are no one's business but our own? It's enough to make anyone want to rampage. It's too late to turn back time. Are you going to let a bunch of cavemen tell you what's right? Look in your own hearts. Send me back to Washington next week and I will continue to fight tooth and claw for equality for everyone, regardless of race, origin, orientation, or geological era. Questions? Yes, Jessica. Oh, come on, Jess. Have you been living in a cave? My record on this is absolutely clear. I have never once supported any measure that would trample on the rights of any group. Let's be realistic. You and I both know I've got better odds of getting hit by a meteor than winning the small mammal vote. God love those little guys, but we'll never see eye to eye. Next question. Yes. Ancient history. Dig deep enough into anyone's background and you'll unearth a few skeletons. I was completely cleared of any involvement in the saber-tooth scandal, and I have nothing further to add. Next question, a substantive one, please. Yes. I'm glad you asked that question, Pop. Yes, it's true. We have come a long way, but we still have so far to go. Human-dinosaur relations are complex and constantly evolving. Real change has been glacially slow. Yes, I know. Public reaction to last night's video has been volcanic. But maybe that's just what we need. Maybe it's time to really shake things up, bury fossilized notions of the past so that we can begin a new age. And who do you want leading the way to that new age? Some barbarian with his head mired in science fiction? Or someone who lives it every day? Next. Yes. Oh, that is a personal and inappropriate question, and I will not dignify it with an answer. But I will just say this. Any correlation between the relative size of one body part and another on anyone is entirely speculative. I'll take one more question. Please try to make it a serious one. Yes, Charles. For their own protection? Did I hear that right? For their own protection? Did we learn nothing from World War II? God, this makes my blood run cold. We're talking about a total upheaval of our most fundamental personal liberties here, ravaging basic civil rights. Is that what you propose? Make no mistake, that path can only lead to greater and greater eruptions of unrest. My opponent makes no bones about his plans. His animal preserves allegedly for their own safety. Where have we heard that before? This should send chills down the spine of every American. It's time to tear down walls, not build them. Yes, there was a time when dinosaurs were brutish, uncivilized beasts, but that was millions of years ago. How long must they pay for the actions of their ancestors? Who's the beast now? Take a look around you. Look around this room. Dinosaurs are our neighbors. They're our children's schoolmates. There are mechanics and doctors and teachers, and yes, sometimes even our lovers. Are you ready to lock them up in cages? Like justice, love is blind to outward appearances. It does not count the size of your appendages, or the armor of your skin, or the number of your teeth. Love is bigger than that. It is only some minds that are small. No more questions. Thank you.